Hi guys, welcome. We're on the ALCI ISO. Well, it's SSD, sorry. So, those who don't know yet, my way of working is buying a bay, Ctrl-G, having a bay, and switch between, yes, work and fun, right? Windows and Linux. So on ArcoLinux bay switch, I don't know, let's see what we get. How to mount an SSD bay in your desktop, that's the video. And how to mount an SSD bay in your desktop is the article. So I've really made the effort to record all the things I've done by hand, right? Myself, this is me recording whatever I did with these screws and all that. And then you have a bay, you pop out Windows, put it somewhere safe, and you put in Linux and another Linux and another Linux, and you try and you learn and you learn. Right? So that's the goal, that's the idea, that you stay safe, right? An operating system shouldn't be wrecked because you dual boot, triple boot, and so on. No, don't. One SSD, one operating system, one hard disk, one operating system. So that's my way of keeping everything safe, basically, and keep being able to work, right? You need to boot up in Windows and work again. So the topic is basically that you need to update always. And the last time, that's an interesting thing to remember, last and capital F. It shows you when, how long and how old this machine is. It's an SSD that started in April 24 last year. And the point of ArcoLinux, ArchLinux, and any of these Arch guys is that you keep rolling. Means updating. There is no 21.4 and there is no 22.4 and so on. Every 6 months or so a release. You just update what you got and keep rolling. That's the idea. I don't know if there will be any issues. I'm gonna make new ISOs, new calamares for ALCI, but this is actually just an update video. And updating is what, yeah, is tough for some people, because you need to have some knowledge, and we of course need to add ArcoLinux to it. ArcoLinux updates, and then maybe playlist. Let's try that as well. ArcoLinux update playlist, ArcoLinux update seems like a good link. And as you see, 101 videos already in the playlist, and every single time there is something I can explain or something that happens. But if you keep watching these videos that come on about updating, then you recognize, it's that issue, that's the way how to solve it, or this is normal, we shouldn't be, it's just a warning, it's not important, and stuff like that. So lots of videos, and this will go in that particular playlist as well. So we do use playlists. There are so many videos out there, right? So if you want to go and focus on kernel, okay, now you type YouTube ArcoLinux kernel playlist and see what you get. Maybe I should do that as well. If you find any video, right, any video, then I use this link, and don't start searching here, guys. Search here. Here are all the videos about blank. All the videos about blank, right? And yes, I used to have other operating systems just like you, but now I'm kind of stuck to ArcoLinux. But here we are making a video about ALCI. Now ALCI is something else. Let's see if it finds it as well. ALCI. Yeah, I have of course my link already in my browser. So ArcoLinux calamares installer. In ArcoLinuxISO.com, there's a link, and we thought it needs to get out of the project of ArcoLinux. It deserves its own proper website, because this has in essence nothing to do with ArcoLinux. This is Arch, and my knowledge of calamares, combine them together, and what you get, an Arch Linux calamares installer, ALCI. And that's all explained here, and you can follow the ways, 35 ways of staying in control to build your own distro or your own operating system in general, right? And create whatever you like. Cinnamon, Mate, Plasma, it's all here with Linux LTS, Zen, Hardened. Doesn't matter. We share the knowledge and you go and read and listen to all these videos. So we're on ALCI. Okay. When we update the system, you just saw it's about a month time ago. What is ArcoLinux providing? A lot of updates probably. So we get here, replace quad-zip with extra quad-zip Qt5. The capital Y says you just need to enter. If you enter, then it's a yes. So enter. Wow. 2 GB of downloads and 6.1 to be installed. And this is because the firmware switch should include this as well. We are on Arch. So you go to Arch from time to time. You have a look at Arch, and if you think, no, not gonna work here, this is good. Read, right? Latest news. Go read if there are some issues, and here it is. Linux firmware requires kernel blah blah blah, and more information about all other kind of things. So maybe you see something, and it's explained here. They tell you what to do. Sometimes we have to intervene manually to override some kind of package or something. So this is it. That's not much to do, to decide upon. It's just a yes. But the video always shows more. That's also a hint for people. If you watch videos on YouTube, you'll see that the title is just about, I don't know, 100 characters or something, I believe we have. So Alice in Wonderland, ALCI playlists, for instance. Let's see what we get. There are more ALCI things, and there are people called ALCI. So that's not a good. Although maybe I will try this one. Let's see. No, música relajante. No, not the one. Not gonna work. But I don't know what I was going to say. There is no but. In the meantime, yeah. So I'll add more to YouTube than the title. Like for instance, in this video, I'm gonna show pSensor, right? Just somebody told on Discord, hey, do you know pSensor? So I don't know that. Temperature monitors. What I always do is just go type sensors, right? Just go type and have a look. So I know the temperature of my system, which is kind of high, but it's the CPU, right? CPU can go high, that's okay. But of course, Samsung SSD, right? 26 SSD stay cold. pSensor. So when we type update, and we have some issues we could resolve, if we type update, we update the package from ArcoLinux and ArcoLinux. That's it. If you type up all and you've been installing more stuff from the AUR, stuff that we don't know about, so stuff that we don't have on our repo, voila, it will be updated with up all. This has a snapshot, so it creates time shift snapshots. Let's have a look. Let's ask Duff what we are. Duff says you're BTRFS. Okay, and these were the decisions we made in an earlier time. So this is Calamares decisions. Okay, what sub volumes will we take? Fine, gonna work as well. And we use time shift auto snap, not snapper in this case. Two choices, all documented online. So yes, one thing I would wanted to say is, and then we call this an update video, that is look for skel. Ooh, there are skel things, right? There are skel things. Now, if you want to learn what is new, I should have done that before the update, right? and that's bupskel. That's a little alias, and what it does, there's not any there yet. So bupskel, before you update, you do this. It creates a copy of etc skel. After the update, and after the hairdresser, you do this. You have two files, the before update and the after the update, and it's an easy way to see what did we change, compare. Of course, nothing at this point in time. So this you do before updating. Now, if you want to see, well, we don't go into detail in the sense that you can actually have a comparison in here. Okay, say what's in here, what's important for me, are there new bash RCs? That's something maybe you could do, but basically that's the easiest thing of all. CB, copy bash, which means I'm gonna copy this one to mine and reload. And our deal is you don't change anything to the bash RC. You create a bash RC personal. And at the end of bash RC, you tell them, go load up the personal. And that's as simple as that. Go get the personal. And if you want to quickly change the look, of course you need to install ALCI, why not? I don't know if it's installed. Voila, it's not installed. Quickly install it. And we're greeted with ALCI, which is also quite nice, and it's been a while that I've seen it. So also beautiful, and you have a little, well, some information about your system. Voila. So if that's your thing, CP, there is CZ. Let's copy your shell, and we have today a CF. Let's copy fish, but yeah, sudo pacman -s fish and ArcoLinux fish. Otherwise, nothing to do, right? ArcoLinux fish git, I think I've called it. Wow, right? This is lolcat coming in and other stuff like ufetch arco and the fonts coming in. We played around with fish basically. So skel config fish cf cannot create, no such file. The regular config. Okay, so the skel first. I need to do the skel, and then we do copy fish. So skel is another alias you should check out, and you have to check it out, otherwise you'll get frustrated, and we don't want frustrated people. ArcoLinux.com. We explain all of it, right? Columars, how to install it, how to burn, how to skel, and VirtualBox, all these things. The most frequent asked questions are here. Skel. What is skel? Take a look at what is skel. Have a look. It's interesting, it's frustrating, it's both ways. Know what it does, and voila. Stay safe. So the thing is, the new additions, the new stuff is inside etc skel. You won't see it until you do something. So all of this, skel is basically nothing more than Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V, but we make backups. So everything that was in config is here. I've typed 2 times skel, I can type 3 times skel, and I'll create another one. So if your polybar code is new, it's your thing, it's your config of i3, it's your awesome, you compare again. You say, okay, wow, it's all overwritten, it's not overwritten, yes, it's overwritten, otherwise it can't work on an ISO, but you compare with what is different and see what you keep and what you don't keep. So that's just a melt, just takes a bit longer for everything to load up, and voila. That's it for me. I've included many things, many tips, and that's what we do. Share knowledge. Title of YouTube is only 100 characters long, so it is actually kind of essential to see them all, but I know it's a lot. But remember, right, the title is the topic, sure, but if I deviate in my teaching, right, I have so much to tell, so often I tell more than just the title. All right, cheers.